What's up guys, Zack Goebbel here. I just wanted to do a little video. I've been doing a lot of different stuff in addition to the Madeline Hayes, in addition to singing for Cypher. I've also been exploring a lot of musical elements that were new to me, and I've been trying to get really comfortable with them and integrate them into what I do musically, kind of in all aspects. So what I wanted to do today was take you guys through a little bit of what it means to improvise in jazz. So I'm going to discuss with you guys just some different soloing concepts that are really, they're not exclusive to jazz, but they're more specific to the jazz style of soloing, as far as approach notes and the way you use arpeggios, and most importantly, modal soloing. So what I'm going to do is I've got just a little 4-chord progression, and I'm going to walk you guys through that, and I'm going to talk about what modes you're going to use for for a chord progression in jazz. Mainly because you can't use, depending on your chord progression, a lot of times, especially in jazz, you can't really use what would be referred to as a common scale throughout an entire chord progression, because most jazz chord progressions are not modeled around just one diatonic chord sequence. So you'll have, so what I'm going to do is we'll take a chord progression. We'll take, we'll kind of start off in the key of D major. So we're thinking D major 7, and then we think, okay, let's move to a B minor 7, and that's there's a common scale there. They're both in the key of D, but then we move to a 2 minor 7 flat 5, which now we're not in the key of D anymore. But what we're creating is a 2-5 that's going to point back to D. So we put a 2 minor 7 flat 5 to a 5-7, a dominant 7 flat 9 chord on the 5, and that points us back to the D major 7. So we have a 1, a 6, a 2 minor 7 flat 5, and a 5-7 flat 9. And it's a nice little progression. So I'll loop that, and we'll start messing around with that. So we've got, and I'll put it into just like a bossa nova feel. So we've got. Okay, so we've got that loop now, and we'll hold that there for a second. So what I'm going to do is, over the D major 7, obviously I'm going to be in the key of D. So that's, I've got that. And then when we go to the B minor 7, we can instantly start thinking B Aeolian, which is your pure minor. So we're here. But as most of you I'm sure know, that is a common scale. So B Aeolian and D major, D Ionian, those are of the same diatonic chords or diatonic sequence. So they share a key signature. So there's not really anything terribly different you have to think about there. But then when we go to the E minor 7 flat 5, now we have to think E Locrian, which would be the key of F major, so in jazz you're not going to think of it that way. You're going to think of it as E Locrian. So we're going to approach it from a very modal standpoint. So E Locrian is flat 2, flat 3, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7. So when we're here, so that's the scale that's going to really make that chord shine. And then when we go to the A7 flat 9, what we're going to do is we're going to use the altered scale, which is the 7th mode of melodic minor. A lot of times you'll hear it referred to as super Locrian, but more commonly in jazz it's going to be referred to as the altered scale. And what that is flat everything. It's a flat 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So if we're playing over an A7 flat 9, most altered 7 chords, like a 7 flat 9 or a 7 flat 13, you're going to use the altered scale. So that altered scale is, and it's a really unique sounding scale, but it fits perfectly over a dominant 7 flat 9 chord. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try and employ each of these scales over each of the chord changes as they're happening, and that's the key to, for me anyways, that's what I've found has really been strengthening my improvisation skills, is trying to move from mode to mode in real time as I'm playing through something. So a lot of times I'll loop something like this, and I'll just try and play, for as long as I can without making any mistakes, getting from mode to mode. So I'm going to do that a little bit now. And one thing I want to stress to you guys is the concept of continuity, which is a jazz concept that just basically is without stopping for each chord and trying to reconfigure in your mind what's going on, seamlessly moving from mode to mode as you're playing through without stopping. It's a lot of times it's referred to as across the bar line playing as well. So I'm going to try and do a lot of that. I'm going to try and employ a lot of jazz soloing techniques like approach notes and arpeggios and things like that. So here goes, and let's see what happens. And I hope this little video helps you guys maybe explore some different chordal aspects to your writing, and as in addition helps you figure out what you're doing over those over those chord changes. The bigger the chord changes, the bigger the chords themselves, the bigger and more complex your scale has to get to really fit over that. So I chose a couple of chords in this progression that you specifically need a little bit more exotic scales. You need Locrian, you need super Locrian or altered. So let's see what happens. So you can see I'm trying to move through the patterns and really find some melodic aspects to what I'm doing that are really focused on the chord changes, so that your improvisation can almost drive chord changes without you having to, so if I'm on stage by myself, I don't have a looper, I don't have anything with me, the ultimate goal for me has always been to make something sound musical and melodic, but also maintain those harmonic aspects in what I'm playing, even if there is no harmony instrument there underneath me. I can still make that shine. A lot of times I'll just take two chords and just bounce back and forth between them and really try and establish that. So, if I've got like C major 7 and then E flat major 7, I'll try. So, trying to bounce back and forth between two key signatures like that, so that without anything else there, you can still feel those chord changes in what I'm playing. So that's a little look into some soloing ideas that I'm trying to explore right now, and that I'm trying to incorporate into a rock setting with the Madeline Hayes, so that even though it's a little bit more straightforward as far as from a rock standpoint, we've got a lot of really interesting stuff going on in the new music that's going to be coming out on the new album, I'm trying to incorporate some of this stuff into. So stay tuned for that, because it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited we're really excited to share this stuff with you guys. But that's kind of a little glimpse into where my headspace is at with the new stuff. So get excited for that. I'm tracking guitars in the coming weeks, so it's going to be really exciting. We are playing World Cafe Live with a band from Nashville, Tennessee called Lines in the Sky on August 9th. So that's happening in just a couple of weeks, so please stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys at the show. Can't wait to see you guys. Peace.